What up, LinkedIn? What's up, your boy Michael here. We have a special video today. This video is going to be my in-depth analysis and talk about, you guessed it, rock climbing. Not just specifically rock climbing, we're talking about the history of rock climbing, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get a... Got my notes right here, sorry, I just want to be very historically accurate. Rock climbing has been around since the beginning of time. People don't know that, actually. It's actually one of the longest known pastimes in society of civilization. It started, it can be documented all the way back in time. Some can say Moses climbed a mountain, you know what I mean? Whatever, but he didn't have the right shoes. Fucking amateurs. The source of it actually can be traced back to Egypt, starting in 1280 BC, during the reign of King Ramses II. Shout out to my boy King Ramses. We all love our King Ramses. Ramses is the best. He sets the people all on fire. Some say it started because he needed to have people climb his fucking mountains. You know what I mean? There's no mountains. There's just a lot of sand. But they were like, you know what? We're gonna build some mountains, and we gotta climb these mountains somehow. So he created pyramids because he was like, you know what? I'm a real rock enthusiast, so I wanna build some mountains. The idea that using powder for your hands to get more grip actually came from King Ramses as well. He was like, you know, your hands hurt? Put some dirt on it, kid. You know, every favorite deadbeat dad saying, you know what I mean? Subsequently, people did, you know. He didn't think people would take it too literal, but you know those dads, they don't think anything's too literal until they actually say it. But so that's how the invention of rock climbing came to be. He was scaling some mountains that he was making and was like, you know what? Why don't we just make this into an activity? So the culture of rock climbing. You always climb everything no matter what. A lot of people have these preconceived notions that you can only climb on rocks. Rocks, you know what I mean? But, you know. Oh, I'm sorry. Do I have too much fucking drip food right now? As a lot of people would say, you don't really need to climb on rocks. True climbers climb everything. You want to climb a tree? Go crazy, climb a tree. You want to climb a building? Climb a building. You want to climb your little sister? A little weird, but go ahead and climb your little sister. You know, sometimes I just get the urge to climb on the McDonald's sign. I get stopped all the time, but you know, climb it. Go fucking big or go fucking home, right? Isn't that the model for everything? Climbing with ropes. Yes? No? Maybe so? Climbing with ropes is for the lame. Climbing with ropes has always been looked down on in the rock climbing community. Generally, if you climb with a rope, you're considered, by the underground term, you're a bitch. But I don't know. But you know, I'm retired now, so I can't speak for the vernacular nowadays. If you are a professional rock climber, you have to abide by the rock climbing guild. The thing with the guild is they have a very strict dress code. So if you're a professional rock climber, you have to wear dad shoes. The law of the land is you have to wear dad shoes, and if you don't wear dad shoes, then you're not a rock climber, obviously. Rock climbers decided to start climbing in 1920. There was these mountaineers, and they would climb these bad boys for miles around. They weren't boulders, they're rocks. So people would climb rocks all the time because they were mountaineers and they wanted to, like, you know, cut some trees and shit. Because of that, people were like, oh, let's do this for fun, baby. 1950s, it became a sport. And it became a worldwide sport recognized by the community of nobody because it's not in the Olympics. So actually in like 1974, there was like this one dude that like really popularized rock climbing. His name was Dandy Danderfield. Actually went along and created the Tic Tac company just a little bit later down the line, but that's another video altogether. What he did is he took an actual camera with him. A lot of people didn't take cameras with them, so they didn't realize how cool it was. So he took a camera and he was like, humble brag, selfie, took a selfie at the top of fucking Half Dome, and people were like, hey, you know what, that's tight. We're gonna start fucking putting this in National Geographic. When rock climbing, you really have to be careful for landmines. So what happens is when you're rock climbing, the mountain kind of secretes some little stuff. What you don't know is that stuff is highly explosive, so if you're climbing, if you put your hand in the wrong spot, boom, losing all your fingers, falling down. So just keep that in mind. Mr. Danderfield also discovered this, and that's how fatally he died after his creation of the Tic Tac factories. R.I.P. to him, you know, rest in peace. It's a shame. We lost a legend that day. Last but not least, respect the rock. Everybody loves respecting the rock. You know what I mean? The rock is where it's at. If you're climbing and you're not respecting the rock, then what the fuck are you even doing, man? We're fucking killing the planet, you know what I mean? Fucking save the world. You want to be a superhero or what? Or do you just want to be a rock climber? Because rock climbers are superheroes. Anyways, thank you guys for watching my video. I appreciate it. This was a very in-depth analysis of the history of rock climbing. It wasn't too in-depth in history-wise, and we went over a lot more of like the culture of it. If you didn't know, stay in the know, culture vultures. Shout out to all the rock climbers out there, you know. Shout out to my boy Jared. We're gonna get you back on that rock, you know what I mean? Rehab was hard, but we're gonna get you back on it. My name's Michael. Make sure you fucking do your thing, baby girl. What's up?